Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the online launch of the 44th anniversary celebration of the UPLB Museum of Natural History. This event is organized by the staff and curators of our beloved museum to cater the learning and enjoyment of the UPLB community and its regular visitors. Though it is quite saddening that we cannot physically celebrate this momentous activity with you, we will still give our best to share with you what the museum has to offer while watching from the comforts of your homes and workplaces. Today, we will be watching and hearing stories, greetings, and inspirational messages from people who have made the museum a very close part of their lives. And before anything else, my name is Alan, your host for this online event. The theme for this year's celebration is Biodiversity in Focus, Nature in Spotlight during the pandemic. Today, we will bring you to a new level of virtual museum experience featuring some of Joel Sartorres' photo art collection captured from our very own Mount Makiling, Dr. Juan Carlos Gonzalez's loaned Audubon collections, and many more. But before we proceed to the event proper, we would like to remind everyone to mute their microphones to prevent audio interruption throughout the program. Also, this Zoominar is recorded and shall be posted to the Facebook page and YouTube channel of UPLB MNH. So you can share it with your family and friends who were not able to attend in this live Zoominar. We also encourage everyone to turn your Zoom interface into speaker view so you can have a more comfortable viewing experience. You can also type in your greetings and messages for the museum in the chat box, and I'll try to give you guys a shout out throughout the program. Okay, so to formally launch our anniversary celebration, I would like to call on the director of the UPLB Museum of Natural History, Dr. Juan Carlos T. Gonzalez, for his welcoming remarks.
A pleasant good afternoon to everyone. Um, I would like to welcome you all to our online event celebrating the 44th founding anniversary of the UPLB Museum of Natural History. We are indeed excited for this opportunity to celebrate with you this annual recognition of the professors who curated the original component collections from the different colleges of the University of the Philippines College of Agriculture, who came together in 1976 to form what is now the Museum of Natural History. And also to extend our heartfelt gratitude for all the contributions of the directors, curators, staff, administration, and of course our partners who had helped us help the museum grow to what it is now. The MNH has the second largest collection of natural history specimens in the country, and it's also uniquely the BOR established Natural History Museum of the National University. To start with the 3-day celebration, hope you join us for all 3 days. We are opening today our new exhibits remotely through a virtual tour. Again, as mentioned by Alan, featuring the natural history art of John James Audubon and Porfirio Castaneda, donations from the Yale Peabody Museum and UP Alumni Association of Davis, California, and of course the photographs by renowned National Geographic photo art founder Joel Sartore. I am thankful for the UPLB administration for celebrating with us on our 44th year, and as represented today by our esteemed guest of honor, to be introduced again by Mr. Alan Velazquez. And with this again, welcome and good afternoon.
Very much, Sir JC. And thank you for giving us a brief history of the museum. And I agree to everything that you have said. I hope this event would be a big help for everyone's sanity. I know how all of you, especially museum enthusiasts, miss visiting places like our museum. But let us all hope for the best that this pandemic end in the soonest time possible. So on to the next part of our program. And yes, from what our director has said, we have invited a guest of honor who have been generously supporting the museum throughout the years. He has been in the forefront of different projects and research implemented and conducted by various offices in the university, and has always been supportive of the research endeavors of our faculty, reps, and students. To give us an inspirational message for our 44th anniversary celebration, let us hear it from UPLB's Vice Chancellor for Research and Extension, Dr. Rex Demafelis or Demafelis.
Today marks the 44th anniversary celebration of UPLB Museum of Natural History. As we are 8.5 months into COVID-19 pandemic, we're all called upon to use every precaution to suppress the transmission of the virus until and after we have a vaccine. And so we hold glorious occasions such as today in the safety of our homes and offices. Every year, hundreds of students and guests flock our museum to experience and learn about the country's rich biodiversity as they walk past the different flora and fauna species of the past and the present. However, the COVID-19 pandemic has closed the doors of nearly all museums, historic sites, even gardens and zoos throughout the world. Natural history museums offer us a peek into the inner workings of nature as it allows us to see rare and precious specimens up close, some of which are long gone. It allows us to see the wonders of development and evolution and enable us to understand the relationships between and among plants and animal species in relation to their environment. They serve as repositories of every living thing that has ever walked in this earth. Clearly, our natural history museums play a very important role not only in advancing the natural sciences but also in educating the public. It is one of the best avenues to engage and inform people about other life forms that we share the planet with. With the temporary closure of the museum, it doesn't mean that our roles as curators should stop here. Our museum, for the purpose of education and enjoyment, should remain open. It means that we need to find ways of reaching people. For MNH, this could inevitably mean embracing the digital world through virtual exhibitions and tours for the meantime. As we emerge from the community quarantine, safety standards like temperature scans, sanitizing stations, and enforced social distancing should be complied with. And we can all plan ahead of this. As such, I'm very happy that we are here for the celebration of the museum's 44th anniversary as they present new collection of Mount Makiling fauna shots and some of their new special projects. Thank you, MNH, for the continued passion for your work and the commitment to the university and to the community. Congratulations and mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor Rex Demafelis, for gracing this event. It is our pleasure celebrating this anniversary with you. Now I would like to call on screen Dr. Marian De Leon to present the museum's token of appreciation to our guest of honor.
You, Alon. Um, on behalf of the UPLB Museum members of the um, core and seconded staff, I would like to thank our Vice Chancellor for Research and Extension, Vice Chancellor Rex Dimafilis, on serving as our guest of honor on the occasion of the MNH 44th anniversary celebration. As a token of our appreciation, we would like to present you this simple framed photo. This image was photographed by Mr. Joel Sartore, a National Geographic photographer. He is the founder of the Photo Art, a multi-year documentary project to save species and their habitats. Mr. Sartore has become a tireless chronicler of endangered species and landscapes, and UPLB MNH was fortunate enough to be part of this documentation last 2018, entitled Photo Art, Makiling Art, featuring some of the magnificent species of Mount Makiling. This photo is the Philippine bow-fingered gecko, also known as Philippine bent-toed gecko. It is a species of lizard in the family of geckos and common from low to mid-elevation riparian forests. The species is active at night on rocks, boulders, logs, stumps, root balls of large trees, and overhanging branches. It is distinguishable from other geckos by instead of having dilated digits, they have slender, curved toes to which its common name can be attributed. It is endemic to the Philippines, a species of lizard that cannot be found nowhere else in the world but only in the Philippines. Once again, thank you very much, Vice Chancellor Rex, for your presence in this very important event.
Thank you, Dr. Marian De Leon. I hope I could also get a framed copy of that photo art image of the Philippine bento gecko. Anyway, on to the next segment of our program. We will be showing you how the museum has helped and contributed in the lives of different institutions, organizations, and individuals. And to kick off this part of this celebration, please stay tuned for a video greeting from one of the well-recognized and distinguished alumni of UPLB, the Honorable Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri.
Happy 44th anniversary po sa UPLB Museum of Natural History. Thank you to our director, Dr. JC Gonzalez, and to all our curators for the tireless work at the museum. I especially commend the team for finding ways to teach and reach out to the public even in the middle of this pandemic. Accessibility has always been one of the hallmarks of the museum, particularly through its biodiversity exhibit, which is open to everyone, from grade schoolers to established researchers. I'm glad that we still have the accessibility in some form, even through this crisis that we have today, through the museum's digital initiatives. I must congratulate the museum on its 44 years of being at the forefront of biodiversity studies in the country. With its rich and matchless collection, from the Rabor collection to the entomology, museum, and of course, pioneering research in documenting all these animals and insects around the country. For 44 years, the museum has helped us understand the great range of living creatures that we have and we share in this world. In this way, we learn to engage with the world and its other inhabitants more responsibly and carefully. This seems especially important now that the whole world is dealing with the same virus and understanding just how interconnected we all are. Kaya muli, maraming salamat sa Museum of Natural History. Happy anniversary, and once again, congratulations my dear friend JC Gonzalez. Doc, congrats.
There you have it. Thank you, Senator Zubiri. Thank you for the continuous support you have been giving, not just in our museum, but also in the whole UPLB. The UPLB Museum of Natural History would not reach 44 years of giving leisure, research, and knowledge if not because of the people who have helped our museum grow and develop. That is why we would like to show you more video greetings from our beloved donors and collaborators throughout the years. Please enjoy watching.
Four. Forty-four na ang MNH. Happy anniversary, UPLB MNH. Cheers to stronger partnership with you, UPLB MNH.
Hello, I just want to say happy anniversary to the UPLB Museum of Natural History. I have been so lucky to have worked with the museum for many years on studying bats in the Philippines. I started my work in 1996 in Los Baños and have been coming back to the Philippines ever since. I've had wonderful experiences working with Professor Albiola, Philip Albiola, on bats, and the late James Alvarez, who I miss dearly. I know you do too. And I can't wait to come back and continue studies of bats, bat behavior, and bat ecology on Mount McKeeling.
Nais ko pong batiin ang pamunuan, mga agsino, mga siyentista at iba pang bumubuo ng UPLB Museum of Natural History sa ika-44 nitong anibersaryo. At sa aking pagpapanday ng mga kasanayan ko sa larangan ng systematics at phylogenetics, ang MNH, partikular na ang kahuk, ay isa sa mga naging susi upang matuklasan ang mga bago at endemikong species ng halamang sibaw o timonius. Gayon din, ang mabigyang linaw ang mahigit na 2 siglong salungatan sa klasifikasyon ng mga dioecious genera ng tribe Guattardiae na mula sa pamilya ng mga kape. Kaya naman, ang MNH ay higit sa nakasanayang pananaw na isang institusyong pumupukaw sa kaalaman ng ating mga kabataan tuwing may lakbay-aral at isang lugar para sa pakikipag-ugnayan ng mga akademiko at publiko. Muli, maligayang anibersaryo po at isang makabuluhang pagdiriwang sa inyong lahat.
Hello everyone, and congratulations on 44 years at the Museum of Natural History. That's amazing. I hope you all are celebrating, but also staying safe and healthy during this crazy time and adjusting to this kind of new normal. But I just wanted to say how appreciative I am of everybody at the Museum of Natural History and UPLB for welcoming me this year when I was in the Philippines earlier this year. And I hope to be able to return safely very soon and visit UPLB and the Museum of Natural History, but also get back out into the field in the Philippines. So thank you all so much for all of your help and support this year while I was in the Philippines, and I hope to see you all soon.
Happy anniversary, MNH, from Masumiji sir. Thank you so much for being a source of wisdom and knowledge for the country and for always pushing the boundaries of science and knowledge. Masaya talaga kami kapag nakikita namin kayo at nakakasama namin kayo. Salamat for being so patient with us and our park rangers and for being so brilliant, being so gracious, and sharing everything that you know. We truly, truly appreciate it. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and we look forward to collaborating with your institution even more in the years to come. Thank you for always being a source of inspiration. The work that we do on the ground is much easier and much more fulfilling because of collaborations with minds like yours.
Hello everyone, and hello every friend from Philippines. Congratulations for your 44th anniversary. I'm Juni from Japan, University of the Ryukyu, and belonging to a macroecological laboratory, and we have been working together with people from Los Baños, especially from botanical herbarium sector. We're trying to develop a pipeline to digitize all the herbarium specimen data. I hope your further progress and more collaboration together with us.
Magandang umaga, ako si Forester Emer Hestiada, researcher ng Makiling Center for Modern Ecosystems. Maraming salamat sa Museum of Natural History. Nakapaglagak ako sa MNH ng 11 Singivorous species at maging sa oras ng pandemya, nandyan sila sa serbisyong publiko. Happy 44th founding anniversary!
Good morning, my name is Norman Greenhawk, and I wanted to take a moment to wish a happy anniversary to the UPLB Museum of Natural History. My project, which we called Project Palaka, the aim of the project was to see if it was feasible to have a captive breeding conservation program in the Philippines for native amphibians. The museum provided facilities with the old hortorium, and Dr. J.C. Gonzalez, Dr. Aflong, and so many people at the museum, too many to name here, but everyone knows who they are, were 100% supportive of the project. I've really enjoyed my time working with the museum, and I'm really looking forward to future collaborations. The museum itself is always just a delight to visit. It's located in a wonderful spot. It has a lot of fun educational displays. And so even when I have to go to the museum to visit and meet with people, I always just enjoy spending time there. So happy anniversary again to the UPLB Museum of Natural History, and I'm really looking forward to all of our future collaborations. Thanks so much.
Happy and successful 44th anniversary celebration. Greetings from Central Mindanao University. Happy anniversary!
from friends of Davis, California, and Los Baños sister cities, to the curators and core staff of UPLB Museum of Natural History. Congratulations on the celebration of your 44th anniversary. Keep up the great work of conducting basic researches and documenting Philippine biodiversity. We commend your work for serving as a repository of all Philippine biota.
Thank you for promoting that biodiversity and natural resources conservation through education and information dissemination.
Best wishes to all and God bless.
From the bottom of our hearts, thank you very much to our donors and collaborators. We are looking forward to more years of partnership and collaboration with you. We hope that you are all safe and well in this time of the pandemic. Again, we would like to thank those people who were in the video: Dr. Jody Sedlock of the Lawrence University, Dr. Rafe Brown of the University of Kansas, Mr. Norman Greenhawk of Project Palaka, Mr. Jason Chavez of the Department of Plant Systematics, University of Beirut, Germany, Ms. Anne Adeline Dumalyang of the Masungi Geo Reserve, Dr. Lucille Elna de Guzman of UPLB, Mr. Junichi Fujinuma of the University of the Ryukyus Nishihara, Japan, the MBCFI, Sebrem CMU, Ms. Emer Jastiada of the Makiling Center for Mountain Ecosystem, Ms. Cheryl Smith of the University of Oklahoma, Mr. Noel Rafael of the Avalon Zoo, and our UPLB alumni from Davis, California, USA. And shout out to Ma'am Cynthia Truco Rosario, who is watching us right now. And also, I would like to give a shout out to my fellow graduate students from the Animal Biology Division, UPLB, who are with us right now in this Zoom event. And now I invite everyone to witness the ribbon cutting and opening of the physical exhibit of the museum, headed by its director, Dr. Juan Carlos T. Gonzalez, together with Dr. Marian De Leon.
We are here at the Museum of Natural History to open the activities for our 44th anniversary. Yes, the University of the Philippines, Los Baños Museum of Natural History is now 44. It was established in 1976. So I would like to read on that excerpt from its establishment. Establishment of the Museum of Natural History in UP Los Baños. The MNH shall be a center of documentation as well as repository of biological specimens for scientific reference. It shall be a center of research and information and education. Its role parallels that of a library for written records. The museum shall be organized out of the staff and physical resources of the existing museums and herbarium collections of UPLB, including the hortorium and culture collections, all of which are from separate departments and colleges of agriculture, forestry, sciences, and humanities. Of course, that was established upon the approval of the Board of Regents. It was dated in September 30, 1976. And that is why we are celebrating the 44th anniversary. Amidst the pandemic, although the museum is closed to visitors, our office is open, particularly for services and the continued safeguarding of our heritage collections. We also adjusted our research and extension programs and activities to be not only remotely, but also safe. We also improve our online accessibility, so please do follow us on our social media accounts. Also look at our website for our services. Follow us on IG, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Google Current, TripAdvisor, and of course, our YouTube channel. With that, we are of course opening this exhibit under biosafety guidelines. We are of course very thankful for the support of the administration, University of the Philippines under President Danilo Concepcion, of course our Chancellor, Fernando Sanchez Jr., and our Vice Chancellor, Rex Lematilis. Of course, the UPLB Museum of Natural History is under the Office of the Vice Chancellor for Research and Extension. So part of what we're opening in this exhibit
are visual exhibits, both here at the lobby and also at the second floor, which will be featured through this video online at our social media platforms. So first I will be opening is the Makiling's art, which are a feature of photographs by National Geographic Society photographer Joel Sartori, together with his Cubrier, and of course, collaboration with Phil Zeus, Juan Rafael, who came here to the museum in 2018 and helped photograph some of our lot exhibits and some specimens from Mount Makiling, and thus featuring Makiling's art. Also as an exhibit are some prints by John James Audubon and Castaneda featuring birds as part of our natural history art. We're also displaying some of the donations that was provided, including a set of books by Harold Copeland, professor of ethnobotany from Yale University. Also a Smilodon skull that was donated by UP alumni of Davis and also friends from the United States. Part of the activities of our anniversary, also a set of webinars featuring zoonosis and the pandemic. There will be 5 talks by eminent curators and staff, including Dr. Lourdes Cardenas, Professor Judy Lindy Malibot, Professor Philip Alviola, Dr. Marian De Leon, and yours truly, J.C. Gonzalez. We also have an online tribute recognizing the contributions of our retiring staff and curators. Ms. Rosalia Borromeo, our SEO, and of course, administrative assistant for 42 years. Professor Mucha Manalo, our curator for mycology, and Dr. Aylani De Lara, our curator for malacology. And hopefully the Museum of Natural History will reopen soon. We were glad and thankful for our visitors from 2018 to 2019, both of which had income of almost 900,000. But hopefully our visitors will return. But for now, we will continue with our research projects, propose new projects, and of course adjust to our new normal. And with that, I bid you happy 44th founding anniversary. And this will be my last anniversary as director of the Museum of Natural History. And thank you for the amazing staff and curators of the MNH.
Thank you again, Sir JC. So I think I could give you some idea on what you should be expecting once you get to visit the museum physically. So the first exhibit is located at the museum's lobby, and it shows the 12 photo art images from the collection of National Geographic photographer Joel Sartore that were captured from our very own Mount Makiling, hence entitling it as Makiling's Ark that features some of the mountain's fauna. And on the second floor, you shall see a new installation. This is the Audubon exhibit, the Birders Library, that showcases 12 framed replica plates of John James Audubon's hand-painted birds of the America. John James Audubon is an American ornithologist, naturalist, and painter. His combined interest in arts and ornithology turned into a plan to make a complete pictorial record of all the bird species of North America. These plates are personally owned by our director, and with his kind and generous heart, it was loaned to the museum for exhibition in celebration of the museum's 44th anniversary. Also, you will be seeing amazing donations the MNH acquired this 2020 despite the pandemic. We have a treasured ethnobotanical collection of books from the late Dr. Harold Conklin of Yale University. He is a famous anthropologist and ethnobotanist. It was donated by the Yale Peabody Museum through the help of Dr. Mike Price in coordination with our former MNH director, Dr. Gruezo. And lastly, we are formally launching the newly donated replica of the saber-toothed cat skull, or the Smilodon skull, that was generously donated by our supported UPLB alumni from Davis, California, USA. And now that we have launched our physical exhibit, we now move on to the most awaited part of this online anniversary launch. I would like to call on one of the museum's University Extension Associate, Ms. Camila Meneses, to present to us the special projects of the museum in line with its anniversary.
Thank you very much, Alon. So good afternoon, everyone. So this afternoon, I will present some of our core funded projects done during this pandemic. So nowadays, we all know that internet fully entrenched in our society because of this strange times. And internet has quickened digital evolution. Hence, aside from our museum website, we bring you an innovative take on how UPLB Museum will engage the public presently through our new projects. So the first initiative project is our Wikipedia page. So finally, you can now find UPLB MNH to Wikipedia. So the link will be posted in the chat box after presentation. So let me share to you my screen. So here's our Wikipedia page. So museums often have reputation of being stuck in the past and slow to change. So in order to stay current, museums needs to adapt to these new online technologies or risk becoming outdated. So it is one of the challenges to every organization that grows a year older is how to stay relevant with the technology of today. So the basic question that framed this project is why the museum needs to develop a presence for themselves on World Wide Web, and what information are adequate and needed to showcase and introduce a significant amount of information, history, knowledge that the general public can acquire at the UPLB Museum of Natural History as they visit it. So the museum Wikipedia is designed to improve the depth and availability of information not only in museums collection, but also the history and the journey of the museum. So the main goal of this project is to provide a framework by which the museum can develop its content for an online encyclopedic profile which will further improve web visibility of the organization. So let me demo a little bit of this. So here's the content of our Wikipedia page. So you can see the history of our beloved UPLB Museum of Natural History. And you can find here the 8th section or collection of the UPLB Museum. And also, as we made this, we making sure that the new species discovery by our staff and curators is updated here in the UPLB Museum Wikipedia page. And also we have here the public service. So public service activities, you will see it in detail as you visit the link. And also the organization and administration that help the museum stay its integrity, as well as fulfilling its goal and mission, as well as its vision. And next is, you will see here also our museum curators who really help the museum build connection with the public. So you can see the full details of their names, education, position, and what they curate, and unit and colleges they belong. And also, you'll see the outstanding achievements of the staff and curators throughout the years. So for 44 years, the museum not only rendering service for research, but also we have staff and curators who have been very outstanding to their profession and passion to the biodiversity. And let me call everyone, so to our curators and staff that has an encyclopedic information to share, please get in touch with us. And to our friends who are also knowledgeable in using Wikipedia, help us to provide additional information for the public. And as the museum continued to build online platforms, and by adopting the Museum Wiki, we also adopting the image portal, as you can see here in the screen. So UPLB Museum of Natural History can improve the public access to its collection and services for more mainstream paths of information flows. So this other project takes the next leap in collection digitization by investing in the needs of the public to properly enjoy and explore museum collection during this pandemic. So this project is one of the products of the ongoing inventory and catalog digitization project on collection of amphibians and reptiles led by yours truly. So this image portal is the UPLB MNH current extension project that aims to serve as an online catalog of images of representative specimen from the UPLB Museum of Natural History, Zoological and Wildlife section. It will serve as a simple resource for faculty, students, taxonomists, systematists, and natural museum workers who wish to use the images for academic, research, and non-commercial purposes. So let me show you how to use this image bank. So here you have here the homepage, the term use on the tab on the upper right. So term of use, the images, as well as the search button, and the team that make this project possible. So as I've said, as I mentioned a while ago, the mission of the image bank is to reach the public, especially the students, our faculty, taxonomists, and systematists, and National Museum workers for non-commercial purposes. So our core task here is curate collection by ensuring that collections are properly maintained, image specimens by photographing specimens in high resolution for storage, deploy image portals by adding new photos of new specimens with information or metadata, and also provide assistance to clients who need the high resolution photos of the representative voucher specimen images. So let's go here to the term of use. So for the term of use, we just want everyone, if you want to use the images or high resolution images coming from this image bank, so the copy, distribute, display, and perform our copyright rated work. So we just like or we want you just to acknowledge the UPLB Museum of Natural History by using these high resolution photos. So as you visit the image bank, you will see the detailed protocols on how you will use the do's and don'ts of using the images of the UPLB Museum of Natural History. And next is the images. So for the images, we have here the category frogs, lizards, and snakes. But hopefully in the future, we can include the birds, mammals, mollusks, as well as other collections here. So since the current inventory is more on amphibians and reptiles, we have the chance to put it in pile, and I'll show you how this works. So just click in the frogs, and you will see an album of frogs, high resolution photos of frogs. These are the representative species of frogs. So let me click one of it, and you will see different high resolution photos showing the different views of the parts of the body of the specimen. So we also include here the tag of the specimen, as well as on the bottom part, you will see the metadata of the specimen. So you have here the accession number, locality. So it's this frogs or this Calula calinensis is found on Mount Native, Morong, Bataan. Next is island, Luzon Island, and it belongs to the family Microhylidae, and the collector's name, which is Paulo Miguel Kim. So other information about our specimen is soon to be available. So the catalog, the digitized catalog of the amphibians and reptiles of the UPLB Museum of Natural History. And now let's take a look to lizard. So for the lizard, let me click here, the Dracocyanopterus. So these are the high resolution photos of the Dracocyanopterus. So you have here, those are dorsal head view, lateral head view, ventral head view, and the representative species of this family, Agamidae. So you can also see the metadata here at the bottom. And let me show you also some representative photos or images in the snake category. So here you have here different album of snakes that we photographed. So here, let me click on the Calamaria bitorquis. So here's are the high resolution photo of the Calamaria bitorquis showing braid patterns or scale patterns. So the dorsal head view, lateral head view, and also the ventral head view, and also the whole body view, dorsal and ventral view of the snakes. So again, the metadata is also shown at the bottom of the screen. So in order for you to have an easy way to search these specimens, you can also use the tab or the search tab. So you can just type, for example, you want to see Platymantis pygmaeus. So it will come out like that. Then just click it, and you will see high resolution photos of the Platymantis pygmaeus, which is the size of a staple wire. So, and you can see here the accession number of the UPLB MNH representative species 5887. And this will not be possible without the team, our team. So this is an extension program which is ginawa po namin. So the image bank team is composed of Camila Jimenezes, yours truly, and Ferrante A. Cruz. And we would like to call on volunteer for the image bank. So we are looking for passionate students who would like to use their spare time and be trained on helpful basic bioimaging skills to help build up the image bank of the UPLB Museum of Natural History. So just click apply now, and we will be very happy to accommodate and train you. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Camila Meneses, for that very comprehensive presentation of our online project. So if you are interested with what Cam has shown us, you can visit the websites. And for the students who would like to use their spare time in helping the museum, you can apply by going to the website. So now we move on to the next part of the program. As promised, we will be bringing you to a new level of experience. So may I call on screen the University Extension Specialist and Coordinator for Extension of the Museum, Mr. Florante Cruz, for the launching and demonstration of the new virtual exhibit.
Can you hear me, guys? All right.
Yes,
So,
sir.
all right, thank you. So, I'm just going to talk about very shortly, hopefully within a very short time, about Bakiling's Arc. And on 31st of May in 2018, and you've heard it earlier, that Nat Geo photographer and Photo Arc founder, Joel Sartore, he came to UPLB Museum of Natural History to take photos of live fauna from Mount Makiling, and as part of his photographic work here in the Philippines. So I think he's already taken around 10,000 images of live fauna all over the world. And during that day, Joel was able to take more than 100 photos of wildlife that have been carefully obtained, collected by our volunteer students the night before. So pagdating niya, trabaho siya agad sa pagtitake ng photos. And among the fantastic images that Joel was able to provide the museum will now be shown. It's actually already shown in our physical exhibit, which you have seen earlier, and will be shown via a virtual exhibit in celebration of the museum's 44th year of existence. So Makiling's Arc as a virtual exhibition was created using a platform called Art Steps. And with Art Steps, you can create virtual interactive exhibitions to creatively showcase artifacts and information. And to show these the features of Makiling's Arc exhibit, I will be providing a brief run through. So let me share my screen for a moment. So, okay, so I hope you're seeing the virtual world. I have no way to check your chat messages if everything is all right. So let's first explore the buttons on the upper right, which is the tutorials. When you click on this eye, so it's a tutorial. You could it shows how to navigate or use your mouse, use your arrows, and interact with the exhibits. And then, of course, you can use the full screen and, of course, minimize the screen. You could also click on this gearbox so that you could choose the graphics, whether it's normal or for high resolution. So probably because here in the Philippines is kind of slow, maybe we'll just put it into normal. Okay. So that's the first thing that you should know when using this virtual world. And there are many ways to present an exhibit, and I have made two modes. And the first is the virtual tour. So we will have a virtual tour, and I will show in a few, and a free to roam, which means pwede kayong gumala in a sense. So in a virtual world, all you have to do is using my mouse, you have to click on the play button here to start the guided tour. And when you click on that, the viewer will be taken to what we call as a guide post, and you will hear a narration. And all in all, this exhibit hall, which we have called DS Rabor Exhibition Hall, is around 30 guideposts, and would just going through them would be taking you for around 10 minutes. So let me show you. I hope you hear the sound, and I hope it runs smoothly.
Welcome to the Museum of Natural History's first ever virtual exhibit featuring Makiling's Arc. a collection of amazingly crisp and clear photographs of live animals found in Mount Makiling artistically taken by National Geographic master photographer Joel Sartori during a 2018 photo documentation hosted by the Museum for the Nat Geo Photo Arc project. Before we start, just watch quickly this welcome media, if ever you get interested. If not, go on with the tour. You can pause the guided tour during each stop so you can click on the photos to get more information.
Okay, so you've seen that there's a guided tour. It will take you to around 30 posts. And it was also said that you could also interact with some of the photographs. So for example, I could click on this photograph that is changing color, that is being highlighted. So I can click on this, and then it will it should load there should load the same image with additional information. And for example, if you want to change the direction, if you want to use the free to roam mode, you could just pause this as what I have done. You could pause the tour, and with the use of your mouse, walk through the hallways and the galleries. And you will only have to point the cursor or your footsteps, for this matter, and double click on it. So for example, if you see the footsteps here, the cursor, if I double click on it, you will go through the hallway. So dun sa those who are very adept in online gaming, I would assume that you will find this easy to navigate. And to change the direction of the viewer's eye level, the mouse should be clicked and dragged. It could be upwards, downwards, or even sidewards, just like so. For example, I'm now looking at the floor, then I'm navigating, looking at the ceiling, dragging to the left so I could see what is on my left, and dragging it to the right to go to the right. So as I've said, I'm going to go to a photo, for example here. And of course, you can click on the photo, you can interact with it and click on it. And then you will see information about, for example, this yellow-faced horseshoe bat. Okay. So all of the photos here have information that we have been able to compile from refereed sources, and usually from authoritative sources. So in Makiling's Arc, we have galleries for, you've already seen the frogs, the bats. So the bats, we have galleries for frogs, snakes, lizards, insects, spiders, mollusks, and even aquatic animals. And of course, there's also interesting, what they call this, interesting paintings by the national artist. There are two. Featuring Maria Makiling, and a story written by our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, regarding the legend of Maria Makiling. Of course, there's also a very large panel here, if you could see, right between the pylons. There's a good view of Mount Makiling and Laguna de Bay. And here's, I think, Maria Makiling. It's a 1947 oil on canvas by Carlos Botong Francisco. And then, of course, here are the frogs and some of the lizards. So these photos are all taken by Joel Sartori when he was here in the Philippines, very specifically inside the museum, taking photos. So it was a privilege for us, especially the students and even the staff of the museum, to host such a person of world renown. So here you can see a very large panel dedicated to Joel and his photo art project. So interacting with the exhibit feels like you're like on a mobile game, and you could actually download the mobile application from Google Play and what else from the App Store. I will provide a link later, and you could actually download it and put art steps on your mobile phones or in your device, and just search for Makiling's art from around the already thousands published exhibitions already in that site, and then you can load it on your device. So it just feels like you're in a mobile game, and all you have to do is use your fingers very with good dexterity. There's also a mode, it's called a VR, or virtual reality. All you have to do is to buy in Lazada the what they call this, a cardboard viewer, which some like it's like a goggle, and you could actually put your mobile phone there, and then you are actually, it looks like you're inside a virtual reality world. Okay, so let me just continue with the walkthrough. But before I end this walkthrough, I would like to, of course, thank you, Joel, for graciously what they call this, permitting us to showcase his work alongside with the other images that depict Mount Makiling and its guardian, of course, Maria Makiling, who we all know. And of course, to all our patrons, for all our patrons, we already thank you. We thank you every year in, year out, for being here with us, and we thank you for your support, for being with us and being with here us today, despite being already in the confines of our homes and in our offices. So I will be sharing the link of this virtual exhibit to all present here. I will put it on the chat box, and I hope that you will find it very useful, and hopefully you could also promote it for us using your social media accounts. And we hope that you will find this exhibit in the virtual world a great step in bringing forth in you the conservationist in you. So maraming salamat, and Alon, thank you very much.
Thank you, Kuya Flor, for the very comprehensive virtual museum tour. I believe all of our participants, including myself, are very excited to try this new online experience. So everyone, that sums up our virtual event today. Yes, you heard it right. Just today, because we have more online events in store for everyone in the next days. But don't leave the Zoominar yet, as we have more reminders and announcements later. But for now, I would like to call on again our director, Dr. Juan Carlos Gonzalez, for his closing remarks.
Magandang hapon again. I hope you enjoyed our humble opening. Despite our current limitations brought by this unexpected pandemic, we are happy to have shared with you this annual recognition of the museum's establishment, highlighting the continued service and hard work of the MNH staff and curators. Even though the museum exhibits are currently closed to visitors, our office is open, maintaining and upgrading exhibits and safeguarding our invaluable heritage collections of the Museum of Natural History, as well as completing ongoing research and extension activities, mostly with DOST, DNR, and BIFA. Much like this 3-day virtual celebration, our services are available for access online, as noted by Flor and Kabila. And you may continue to engage with the museum remotely through its webpage, the new image bank, also have online journal Laksambuhay, our new Wikipedia page, and all our other social media platforms, especially our YouTube channel, which also features another VR tour of the museum brought by the Institute of Computer Science. Before we close today's event, I would like to congratulate the steering committee chaired by Camila Meneses and Jennifer Niem for organizing this 3-day event. And thank you for the tireless support of the museum staff, curators, and volunteers, and also our MC, Alan Velasquez. Again, I am deeply thankful for the UP administration for the exceptional support and guidance of the museum, especially during my 2 terms as director. I'd also like to take this opportunity to greet advance happy birthday to our beloved curator for entomology and past director, Dr. Reneo Lake Jr., and also the late Dr. Perry Ong. Belated greetings to the ASEAN Center for Biodiversity on their 15th anniversary, and to all our colleagues from the different museums, zoos, botanical gardens, and nature reserves, happy World Tourism Day. I would like to reiterate and acknowledge the heartfelt greetings of our friends and partners who have shared with us their greetings, their anniversary greetings. Grace Diamante and the Mindoro Biodiversity Conservation Foundation Incorporated, Jody Seklat of Lawrence University, Jason Chavez of University of Beirut, Sierra Smith, University of Oklahoma, Adeline Dumalyang of Masungi Georeserve, Junichi Fujinuma of the University of Veracruz, Emer Gistiada of the Makiling Center for Mountain Ecosystems, and also served to hello po kay Service ko. Norman Greenhawk of Project Palakain Washington College, Dr. Victor Amoroso and the Center for Biodiversity Research and Extension in Mindanao, Central Mindanao University, Dr. Rafe Brown, University of Kansas, Lucille de Guzman of OCRE, Noel Rafael of Philzoos and Avalon Zoo, Cynthia Rosario and the UP Alumni Association of Davis, California, our esteemed guest of honor, Vice Chancellor for Research and Extension, Dr. Rex Demafidis, and UPLB alumnus Honorable Senator Miguel Sobiri. Thank you for being with us today, and keep safe. Thank you. Back to you, Alon.
Thank you so much, Sir JC. So there you have it. That concludes our online anniversary launch. And as a sign of gratitude to everyone who attended this year's anniversary launch, everyone can download 6 selected printable postcards from Jovel Sartor's photo arc for free. No copyright issues. These are for free. And you can download it on the link shown in your screens. And this will only be available until December of this year. Also, be updated on the latest happenings in the museum. Please like, follow, and subscribe our social media accounts on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. And just some reminders, we will be having a webinar series tomorrow featuring topics and researches that shall be discussed by nationally acclaimed experts in the field of wildlife studies, zoology, botany, and biodiversity conservation. And you may visit the museum's Facebook page to register. The speakers are on your screen and with their respective topics. But now I would like to request everyone to please turn on your videos for a photo opportunity, please. Okay, so as you can see in your chat box, the links are already provided where you can access the Wikipedia site, where you could also download the app for the virtual museum experience. And also you can go to Facebook to access the uploaded version of this Zoominar so that you can still share it with your friends and family who have not attended this live Zoominar. And of course, I would personally like to thank the staff and the whole UPLB Museum of Natural History for giving me the opportunity to host this 44th anniversary celebration. Again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alan and I hope to see you again in more activities. Thank you very much.